All right, setting up the picture properly and finding a good picture is a third of the work in that technique. The second part is to create objects out of that object. It's very easy. You are going to go into one of the orthographic viewport where you have right here. And like that, we are gonna learn to create polygons out of thin air. No, just by plotting vertices one after the others, we can do that. So now basically we're gonna create parts. Okay, so we're gonna create the door as a part, the windows as a part, the other windows as a part, and all the wall by themselves, maybe the box as an extra part, and then all that as one big part, the window right here as an extra part, and the mold right here as an extra part. We don't have any roof, so we'll have to find some roofing somewhere else, um, but that's not really hard to do, okay? So let's get going. First thing first is to create a polygon. Let's do simple so you understand all the back, right? All that. Because in reality, we can even do it with the picture right here. We'll just add on it that window on top of it. So we're going to go into the mesh menu right here in polygons, and we're going to go to create polygon tool. And it's important that you create them counterclockwise. So you're going to go as close as you can on that mesh, and you go right here in the corner one. You go to that corner right there, two, and you are going to go to be here, and you close it. All right, so now you have a polygon that represents pretty much the shape of your object. Okay, very often what I do, I'll go right here, I'll give him a material right away. Let's say I'll give him a bling, okay? And what I'll do, I'll get the transparency of the bling down. So I can make sure after that, by zooming in, that I right click, and I'm right on where I should be. Okay, I want to take the shadows. It's very important to take the shadows of your object at the same time to ensure that it looks proper and realistic, because you have not gonna have much geometry on it. So it needs to be really tied to what you look for and grab all the shadows. Or it will look really, really bad. But if you do it well like that, it'll look really good, you'll see. And like I said, it's not a matter, it's no big deal to have that in the back to pick it up, so don't worry. You'll understand after, because we'll do the window itself and just stick it on it, the same for the vent if we need to. Now we can do multiple objects out of that, the LOD, the level of definition, detail that you've learned already. So we can just add parts to it after that, which is really easy. You know what I'm saying? So they can you can have sets of different stuff and add them as you wishes, and it's very useful because they're parts. So when you blow them up, just one can be blown up. So it's pretty cool. Okay. Now your next step is to actually bake the texture. Okay. But before you bake the texture, you're gonna want to adjust the polygon. So you're gonna go to Window, the UV. You're gonna want to adjust right here. This is your UVs right there in right of your object. All right, as you can see. So now you check, right click, and you say which one is what. That's the top. That's gonna be that side right here. So they need to be rotated first of all. And I would go after that like that to get it as close as possible as flat. That's number one. Remember, everything has to be into 0 to 1. That's your main thing, the positive dark color right there. Now you're gonna scale it down. Okay, and think this is a pretty big piece of the house. You're gonna scale everything down, so make sure you kind of keep the proportion when you do that, and you want to get it as tight as possible of the edges of that work. Okay, now you're good to already go for the baking basically now. You see how easy it is, so that's maybe a good time to save your work. Okay, so save as usual, and I'll put it in my 312, sorry, and I'll click shake and bake. Okay, I'll see you in the next video when we're gonna actually bake it after shaking it.